If I'm going to talk about the most iconic moment in Christopher Eccleston's time on Doctor Who, the scene that rises above all others, well, there really is only one that sprang to mind.
Just this once! Everybody!
But hold on. Let's talk about why this is so amazing. Hi there! Now, I know my regular viewers were expecting the latest installment of Take 2 Doctor Who reviews today, but instead, I have something special for you. Don't worry, I will get to In the Forest of the Night. I'll get to it. But, if you are into nerdy pop culture channels, then you might have caught the one excellent scene semi-collaboration thing that happened earlier this year, where a bunch of geeky pop culture channels talked about their favorite scenes from the X-Men movies. Well, with the announcement of Christopher Eccleston returning to the role of the Ninth Doctor next year via Big Finish audio dramas, Shebogan Who decided to organize as many Who-tubers as possible to talk about our favorite Ninth Doctor scenes. And I'm not lying when I say I really only had one pick. It's the climactic scene from Eccleston's 10th episode, The Doctor Dances. The Doctor Dances is the second half of a two-parter, which I'd argue between the two of them is the best story of Series 1. The two-parter, written by future showrunner Stephen Moffat, has everything. Humor, great guest stars, creeping terror, a barely understood threat. I could honestly go on for 2 hours on these episodes, and the only reason I'm not going to do that is because we're here to focus on one fantastic scene. And it is the scene that the entire story, possibly the entire revived show up to this point, has been building to. The Doctor and Rose, along with Nancy and the newly introduced Captain Jack Harkness, have been trying to figure out what is going on with a gas mask-wearing child calling for his mother in the middle of bombed-out London during the Blitz. Physical contact with the child has caused others to grow gas masks on their face, and they are all asking the same question.
Are you my mummy?
With the condition having gone airborne, the team has rushed to a supposedly empty alien medical capsule and realized that escaped microscopic medical machines, called nanogenes, are the cause of all the trouble. Captain Jack teleports out. The Doctor pushes young Nancy, who's been claiming to be the child's sister since the beginning of the story, to answer that repeated question truthfully. Nancy has been hiding from the truth her entire life. The truth that Jamie, the boy who became the empty child, isn't her brother, but her son. This is all done well, solidly built up. The work by Florence Hoth as Nancy is spot on, capturing the pain of having to say the truth that she has been running from, and the shame of having hidden it from even her own child. And then comes the first glimpse of what this truly means for the Ninth Doctor.
Shh! Come on, please.
This is where the facade of confidence that the Doctor just used to get Nancy to reach out drops away, and we get to see how truly desperate he is. Yeah, he had a plan, but he didn't know it would work. This line delivery makes it clear that he is more than prepared to plead in the hope that maybe, just maybe, this will work. As the microscopic nanogenes recognize the parent DNA, they come to realize how they have been misunderstanding what humans are supposed to be. Even as the whole thing looks like it's worked, the Doctor still can't quite bring himself to have full confidence in that. And he pleads one more time.
Oh, come on. Give me a day like this. Give me this one.
This line from Eccleston isn't about winning this day. It's about every day where he didn't win. Every day where people died and he couldn't stop it. And the joy on his face when he lifts that gas mask from Jamie's head. The rapturous joy at realizing that it's worked is palpable, and we are not done yet. Jack returns to stop a bomb from dropping on the site. The Doctor sets up to spread the nanogenes. Once the disease, now the cure. This is actually pretty big because there really was no giveaway prior to this that the condition was going to be reversible. Contrast that with something like The Idiot's Lantern, where Rose suffers a fate that has already been met by numerous people, and we automatically know that it's going to be reversed because it's happened to a companion. Of course they're going to undo it, but that's not the case here. It is completely possible that all the people who've been changed won't return to normal. We can trust that they'll be stopped and the threat will be resolved, but we can't be sure that they'll actually be saved. But they are. This small army of gas mask zombies are restored to once they once were, and we get...
Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once. Everybody lives!
That's not just a good line. If you consider two-parters to be a single story, then this is the 8th story of Series 1, and every other one prior to this has seen people die. From Clive to Jabe, Gwyneth, multiple members of UNIT, dozens of security guards, Pete, and more, and there is yet to be a story without a casualty. And while we won't learn full details for some time, we do know already that the Doctor is starting this series coming off of the Time War where he believes himself to be the only survivor of his home planet and his species. He's been seeing death every day, and we don't even know for how long. But finally, after all that, he gets a day where everybody lives. And this sentiment extends way beyond the victims. The bad guys turn out to be a medical device that didn't know it was making a mistake. There's no monster, no actual villain, which means that everybody lives means truly everybody, not every human, but the invading aliens are dead. There's no body count, not even a fallen foe. Everybody, absolutely everybody lives. And that's what the episode has been building to. It's what the episode before it was building to. It is what the entire series up to this point has been building to. Giving the Doctor one truly glorious day where nobody's sacrificed, nobody's abandoned, nobody falls, and everybody lives. This scene is great in isolation, but the weight of what the show has given us up to that point, along with what is clearly a deeply painful background for the Doctor, oh, that puts it over the top. Without that as the foundation, the scene wouldn't hit the way it does. I've loved this from the very first time I saw it. But it has actually become more meaningful to me since I had the privilege of getting to see and meet Christopher Eccleston at Gallifrey 1 earlier this year, before everything got locked down. One of the things he was open about was that his background as an actor prior to Doctor Who was very heavy, serious, dour material, and he was frequently uneasy when he was called upon to be happy, or funny, or joyous. That was kind of amazing to me because his joyful moments were what hooked me into his version of the Doctor right from the first episode, and there was no moment more joyful than this. And I am delighted to say that I had the chance to tell him that when he signed the photo that I had taken with him. We all have things that we are uncomfortable doing or showing the world. And for me, at least, there are a few things more reassuring than being told that the thing that I worried about sharing helped people connect with me. This scene gets absolutely everything right. The emotion, the uplifting music, a perfectly pitched performance from Eccleston, it all comes together to make one fantastic scene. Thank you for watching. I have a Patreon that supports me and this channel. Please leave your comments below, share this video around, and be sure to check out other videos in this collaborative project. There are a ton of great creators in on this, and maybe you'll even discover some new ones. They have picked some really stellar scenes to cover, and I want you to please remember, through all this, be well, be safe, and be kind.